Our journey begins on Monday morning, just outside the rehearsal room. I'd woken up at 10:30 a.m, so I couldn't go to most of that morning's rehearsal. I went to about the last 15 or 20 minutes or so. Having asked the people at reception where the choir was rehearsing, they pointed me in the right direction. Here we can see the outside of the hotel as you leave the rehearsal room. It was a nice day, as you can see. As we can see here, I'm just panning the camera around a bit and walking down the car park so you can see a bit more of the hotel. This was the foyer of the hotel, very nice as you can see. And this is the pool. After the rehearsal, I bumped into Leslie and Lynn, who asked me if I'd like to have lunch with them, saying surely I didn't want to have lunch on my own. I quickly agreed to this. Before I had lunch with them, I had to go to my room to have my medicine. So I went up to my room, I had my medicine, talked to Gavin briefly, then I came back down again, so as not to keep them waiting. Then I had lunch with them at the nearby cafe, which you'll see in a moment. Here we can see the Ansevada beach. Yes. The cafe that Leslie, Lynn and I went to is just ahead. You can see a sign for it. I had what they called a ham and tomato croque, which is like a toasted sandwich. A green salad and a Milo milkshake, which tasted a lot like Milo. I'd never even heard of a Milo milkshake before. Yeah. Oh, okay. Here's the corridor where Gavin and I's hotel room was. Here's Leslie, Lynn and I wandering to the cafe where we had some lunch. After I had lunch with Leslie and Lynn, I went back to our room and had a shower and I read my book for a while. And here's Ansevada Beach again. Here's our hotel room. As you can see, it was a spacious and nice room. Here's our pool again. And this is an area where some people could sit. After I had read my book, I wandered to Rimba Juice, the cafe very near our hotel, where Selma and Gavin already were. Selma was having some kind of steak with chips because she'd hardly eaten anything before, and I think Gavin was keeping her company. Here's Selma having a late lunch or early dinner. I had a burger, a fairly basic kind I think, which was nice except the patty wasn't very big and lots of sauce spilled over, so it wasn't very filling. Then I think they probably picked us up from the hotel pretty early, about 6:30 or so in the evening, so we could see a Bastille Day parade and then later some fireworks before the rehearsal. Here's our foyer at night. Here we are in town for the Bastille Day parade.
Le monde, c'est impressionnant pour les photographes là. C'est beau, belle photo à faire.
On est bien placé là.
Ouais, c'est joli les lumières d'ici.
Whether we walked from the parade to the cathedral for the rehearsal or not, I can't quite remember. Here you see the parade continuing, but shortly afterwards we went to the cathedral where our rehearsal was for the night, and where our performances would be a few days later. This is the outside of the cathedral at night. You can see some of the city lights. And now the fireworks. After the fireworks, we had our rehearsal for the night. This is the cathedral at night. On Tuesday morning, I woke up at about 25 to 9 and quickly got ready without breakfast for a 2-hour rehearsal downstairs at 9, in the room you can see here. We practiced our Bruckners and Bogoroditsia Dievo. I think Ted was drafted in from the bases to sing tenor in these pieces. Then we got picked up. Gavin, David and I went together for our picnic. Here you can see some of the view from the car as we drove. A very kind lady drove us. This is some of the streets passing by. The picnic was indoors at tables, and Les Ollie says it very kindly prepared a really nice meal for us, with things like 1 pizza per table, and quiches, ham, and maybe some seafood dishes, plus some very rich desserts, which I think I might have had a bit of, but not all of. Here's some of the streets passing by from the car as we drove. Yes, here's where our picnic was. This is us arriving at the picnic. It was an indoor picnic. The meal was very nice, and I remember Serge very kindly gave me a couple of cans of Coke. There was lots of singing and dancing, as you'll see in a moment, and I think Jean made a speech, although I don't think Rowan did. The same person who had also very kindly helped me get my camcorder bag from their car also drove Gavin and I back. David might have been going to his building or something. Enjoy the singing and dancing. And here, of course, was the inimitable Hokey Pokey.